It's showtime at Homestead, Miami.
Andre Baranowskis at the line, steals it in the Indy 250.
Watkins and Baxter's in trouble, there they go. Gordon's on the wall, jumps right around.
Side by side on the final lap, coming to the checkered flag.
Steve Morgan, the last lap pass, and the victory in Las Vegas.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 18 in season number 4 of the NOFSRL Her's Dash Series. We are here at the Watkins Glen International, the long road course, the 3.4 mile road course in Watkins Glen, New York for the Watkins Glen Grand Prix. It is the second and final road course race of the season for the Her's Dash Series, and today we could see Eric Monaco clinch the championship if he holds a 92-point lead on the field exiting today's event. Las Vegas will be canceled and he will win the Her's Dash Series championship, because honestly, if I don't need to do that Las Vegas race, I'm not going to do it. We will, of course, still have the finale during the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout at North Wilkesboro, but honestly, if there's no need to run Las Vegas, we're not going to do it. But if he does not clinch today, we will, in fact, run that Las Vegas race, since it is technically part of the schedule. But just due to the fact that I got so much to record here, especially with the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout coming up, all the weekend races this weekend, it's going to be a lot. And if I don't have to do that, if I can avoid doing that one race, that'll save me a little bit of time from everything else, and help me be able to get everything out to you on time. Things that you care a little bit more about. So either way, we're here, Watkins Glen. We're going to go ahead and get these guys to roll off, since it is a very long pace lap around this place. We will go from the shortest track on the schedule to the longest track on the schedule, and we will give you guys the point standings here. And like I mentioned, if Eric Monaco leaves this race with a 92-point lead, that's 46 plus 46, which is the maximum amount of points you can get in a race, is 46 points, then he will clinch the championship. And like I said, we're going to cancel the Las Vegas race if that happens. If he does not clinch today, though, we will still run that race, like I just said a moment ago. But either way, very long racetrack here at the Watkins Glen International, going from the longest racetrack, or should I say going from the shortest racetrack to the longest racetrack one day after another. We were at Eldora yesterday, and Eric Monaco led every lap in that race and went on to win the event. Monaco starts 13th here today, so odds are he won't win, but who knows? He surprises quite a bit this season. He may pull off the race victory here at the Watkins Glen International. Eric Monaco is, of course, the points leader, 546 points towards the championship. Mason Brown is 70 points behind, and Brown, in fact, starts behind Monaco in this race. Nathan Baird, who finished last at Eldora, 30th, I should say, even though it was only a 75% field at Eldora, he did finish last and got 11 points for that. We're back to the 40-car field for today's event, in case you haven't noticed. He's 93 points behind. Silas Ortiz 102 points behind. Owen Miles 107 behind. Mason Brown is pretty much the only guy at this point who has any conceivable chance. Baird does as well. If Monaco were to wreck out in this race and Baird win, then we could possibly see Baird pull something off, but odds are that won't happen. There is Mason Brown in the number 18, starting rather deep in the field, and Eric Monaco starting in the 13th position. The top 10 starting positions for this race include Andrew Miller on the pole, and Daniel McMillan, the winner of the first road course race, alongside him. Edwin Mendez, Keisha Boyd, Dan Park, Justin Lightning, Mike Thompson, Alexander Rowe, and then Bradley Ream and Ryan Durrani. 3 of those guys were not even in yesterday's race at Eldora because they're outside the top 30 in points. Either way, we're ready to get this one started. It's a fast start here at Watkins Glen. Pace truck has pulled off. 40 drivers in the field. We are racing at Watkins Glen. Hope you folks enjoy this one. It should be good. In the turn number 1, Daniel McMillan on the outside of Andrew Miller. Miller couldn't hold the inside as well, and McMillan, looking to sweep the road courses this season in the Her's Dash Series, will take the race lead away. Keisha Boyd will go to second. A great run for her there in the 04. Miller will fall to third, and it's Dan Park and Edwin Mendez. Take a look and see how Monaco's faring right now. Nothing too spectacular at the moment for him. He actually might have lost a couple of positions right there at the start of this one. But either way, a clean start through the S's, entering the carousel. Of course, we use the extended version of this road course that skips the chicane, so they go through the carousel full force. But it's a great passing opportunity, and we will see that, especially when we have our Watkins Glen weekend here in August. Andrew Miller to the inside of Keisha Boyd. That is for the second position. But now he's going to be to the outside of the 04 machine. Mendez on Mike Thompson. Dan Park inside the top 5 as well. And Bradley Ream, who barely missed out on being in Eldora. Currently running now in the 7th position. But McMillan trying to hold on to the race lead. The side-by-side battle going on behind him is helping him out quite a bit. Keisha Boyd and Andrew Miller still side-by-side for that second position. And that's going to bring in Dan Park to this battle. Miller looks to have the advantage there off of turn number 9. And he will, in fact, not get it quite yet. Keisha Boyd hanging tough on the outside of turn 10 and now through turn 11. They're going to remain side by side. Watch out for the exit of turn 11. Lots of times we see guys overshoot the corner. You see Alex in a row and Scott Upton go a little wide there, but it does appear that everyone's going to avoid the wall. Somebody coming down. Nathan Stapleton in the number 4. That's a tough one for our Kansas winner. 1-2 races ago. It's not going to be a race victory for him here today at Watkins Glen. But how about Daniel McMillan? Won at the Roval, led every lap at the Roval to win that one in Charlotte. This is a much different road course, a much more faster-paced road course, a much faster road course. And still McMillan finding his stride around the twists and turns. It looks like he might be the guy to beat here today. Andrew Miller was able to get around Keisha Boyd, and Boyd fell back. Not entirely sure what happened to her right there in the 04. She might have gotten stuck on the inside through turn 1, and that might just be one of the worst places to be here at Watkins Glen. They have not been able to work that corner very well here today. We'll have to see if McMillan pulls away, though. Keep in mind, we run the GNS physics in these trucks, not the CTS physics, so they run a little bit different than the trucks, in fact, do when the Turkey Hill Truck Series came here back in whenever that was. I think it was October. It's an interesting racetrack. The racing should be a little bit interesting as this race goes along. Eric Monaco, he's not doing too well in this one. He's actually falling back in the 56. Started 13th, is now 15th. And at the moment, try to see where Mason Brown is. Brown kind of deep in the field. At the moment, with Monaco 15th and Brown in 32nd, that is a 17-point gap, and that would not be enough for Eric Monaco to clinch the championship here today. It almost would be, but not quite, which means we would race Las Vegas if that's the case. So we'll have to see how it all goes down for Monaco here today, but it's not the outing that he had yesterday at Eldora. Of course, this being a road course, it's not his strong suit. I think he picked the right ratings, though, not getting good on the road courses. But with this road course race being late in the season, it's beneficial to have a good road course rating if you want to jump yourself in the points. But McMillan definitely doing a great job in this one. Dan Park is 3rd. Mike Thompson, great run for him there in the 4th position. Keisha Boyd, Bradley Ream, Edwin Mendez, Justin Lightning, Scott Upton, and now Ryan Durrani, Matt Dahlia moving their way through the field. Alexander Rose falling back just a little bit in the number 3. There was about a second gap last time around for McMillan on Andrew Miller. Miller staying right behind him here. It does appear he may be closing in on the 38 for this race lead. Starting the single file out through the field right now. Nicholas Samadillo in the back of the field. One of the first double wide battles, but even he's going to file himself in. But he's now in a battle with Jordan Lopez back through the field. Everyone now going single file here at Watkins Glen as they spread out once again off of turn 9 through turn 10. Bradley Ream on Keisha Boyd entering turn 11. And these guys, they're taking it very calm there through the exit of turn 11, which is something we don't normally see. Of course, even though we run GNS physics, it doesn't change the fact that these guys have a lot of downforce on these trucks, and that helps them get through the corner a little bit better than some of the other series that come here. Dalio on Durrani, trying to work the inside through turn 1. And Bradley Ream now on Justin Lightning, as he got stuck in that inside lane and fell back quite a bit. If you don't make the pass off of turn number 11, you're going to fall back through turn 1. And that's what we saw with Keisha Boyd earlier on. That's what we're seeing with Bradley Ream right here. Scott Upton in the 00 might also get a run here on the 13 machine. Like I mentioned, the Carousel, a very good opportunity to make a pass here around this 3.4 mile road course. Not seeing many drivers do so here today. Also, the entrance of the boot there through turn number 5. Also a great place to make a move. Monaco, I believe, has fallen back even more in this race. Actually, he hasn't. He's still in the 15th position. Mason Brown in the 18 has moved up to 27th, however, so it's only a 12-point loss for Mason Brown. But what would have to happen is that at Las Vegas he win and Monaco finish deep in the field, and the same thing to happen at North Wilkesboro. Monaco has won on every style of racetrack this season except a road course. The thing is, we only have 2 road courses in the season, so that definitely makes it a little bit difficult for Monaco to fall back. Got Bradley Ream here now trying on Justin Lightning again. Still a good battle for this position. It looks like Ream might take it away this time. It's hard to hold the inside there through that corner. That outside lane works a lot better now. 3 wide. Matt Dalio, Ryan Durrani, Scott Upton. This is interesting right here, entering turn number 1. I believe Durrani may get the advantage here because Dalio's not going to be able to hold the inside. Actually, Scott Upton working the outside to get the advantage on those guys. Dalio now going to fall outside the top 10. He was already outside the top 10. Alexander O going to gain a position on him right there. Ryan Durrani as well. Scott Upton. Bradley Ream didn't lose a ton of ground to those guys behind him. But you can see him still in a tussle there with Justin Lightning halfway through the Watkins Glen Grand Prix. Here we go. Ryan Durrani to the inside of Scott Upton, and this will be a pass. Alexander O might also get a run to the inside of the 00, but now Upton will have the advantage. Oh, Dalio with a crossover on Rowe entering turn 5. Now, if you think this racing is good, this is nothing compared to what we see when we get the Turkey Hill Series, Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and especially the Haas IndyCar Series on this racetrack. They put on really good shows. The trucks have consistently been the worst series on this racetrack. Even this is still a decent race, from start to finish at least. Or should I say from 1st to 39th, because Stapleton is out of the race. Baird's done. That's just all there is to it. He's not going to win this championship. He's way, way too far behind at this point. Had a good run there, but lost so much ground the past few races that, should I say, just yesterday and today, I should say. It's really hurt him in this championship. Now you got Andrew Miller closing in here on the 38 of Daniel McMillan. He still has a chance at getting to this 38 and possibly winning this race. He's got to stay right behind him. I think the best place to make a pass is the carousel. If you try to make it on the second half or the, should I say the second, third, or should I say the third, I don't know, last part of the racetrack, last few corners. If you try to make it through one of the last few corners, I don't think you're going to make it because turn 1's also there. That's not a good place to make a pass to the S's. The first and fourth quarters of this racetrack are the most difficult places to make passes. The middle part of this racetrack is a good place to do so. Miller lost some ground there through the S's. Dan Park may end up getting a run on the 33 here. I think this race victory is going to be between McMillan, Miller, and Park. Mike Thompson is a little too far behind. Got Keisha Boyd, Edwin Mendez, Justin Lightning, Bradley Ream, Ryan Durrani, and Scott Upton, the top 10 here at Watkins Glen. This race nowhere near as wild as the Roval was. Monaco on Andrew Williams, trying to get around him there for the 14th position. Mason Brown is still in the 27th position, and he is not gaining much time on Monaco. He's going to need Monaco to wreck out if he's going to have a good shot at this championship. I mean, it's not even a good shot if that happens. Brown is just so far behind at this point. Monaco has put up such a gap, and Miller, speaking of putting up such a gap, McMillan really pulled away from him there. We'll have to see if Dan Park has anything on the 33 here. Mike Thompson's actually closed in on these guys. Miller really fell back there on that lap. He lost a lot of time. McMillan's a little wide right there, though. It's not exactly what you want to do here, Watkins Glen, but we'll have to see what he can do as this race unfolds. Only 2 laps to go here in the Watkins Glen Grand Prix. Andrew Miller holding on to second, but Mike Thompson now looking to close up to the back bumper of Dan Park. Keisha Boyd running in 5th right behind him. Then Mendez, Lightning, Reams, Arani, and Rowe inside the top 10. Alexander Rowe's been right around that 10th position all day long. Won Michigan last week. Noah Clifton looking on the outside of Matt Dalio. Not getting a run right there, and Monaco still stuck behind Andrew Williams. I think he's finally going to get a run. Williams is actually blocking him down the backstretch. Not able to get that run on the 44 quite yet. You actually see a little bit of damage there on the 44. Somebody got into him at some point. There goes Keisha Boyd on the 28 machine. And she will take the 4th position away from Mike Thompson as they come to the white flag. Next time by, Bradley Ream on Justin Lightning. McMillan pulling away from the field in the 38. If he wins this race, leads all the laps in this race, I should say, and wins the race, he would have led every lap at both of the road courses this season. Came close to not winning at the Roval. Almost got caught up in an accident there with Ethan Lewis in that one. This race has been much more calm than that Roval victory that McMillan had earlier in the season. Mike Thompson's not going to let Keisha Boyd get away with the 4th position here. Bradley Ream got around Justin Lightning. He's now working on Edwin Mendez, and a great run on the inside there, Mendez. White flag in the air for Daniel McMillan ahead of these guys. They're battling very well here for the 6th position. But Ream then inside through turn 1, just not going to get the run. McMillan over 1.5 seconds on Andrew Miller for this race victory. Only unless McMillan crashes, and I've seen it happen before on road courses where the race leader has crashed, and that's been the end of the day for him. I mean, heck, we saw that happen recently. I can't remember which race it was. We saw it recently where the leader wrecked on the final lap of the race, and it led way to somebody else. I'm trying to think what race it was. I just can't remember. I think it was well, now, okay, let me rephrase that. It wasn't exactly the IndyCar race at Lime Rock last week. That was about a few laps to go, but we had a last lap pass in that event, but we all thought Stapleton was going to pull away with that race victory at Lime Rock in the IndyCar Series, and he wrecked out with about 5 laps to go in the event. So it wasn't exactly the last lap, but it still happened. It happens sometimes on these road courses. I mean, I don't think we've had one wreck in this race. Stapleton with an issue in this race, but unrelated to any contact in McMillan. 2 races in a row here in the Herz Dash Series. The driver has led every lap to go on towards the race victory. Monaco's actually fallen to 16th. Very interesting right there for him, and he's losing more positions. Faden might finally get him. Of course, remember, it was Faden who almost won Eldora yesterday. But today, it's all Daniel McMillan. 2nd win of the season in the Herz Dash Series. He's going to sweep the road courses in this season. Eric Monaco will hold off Nathan Faden, and I believe that'll be a 15th place run for, nope, 16th for Eric Monaco. Mason Brown in the 18 will still be in this championship fight. He finishes 26th, only lost 10 points, 80 points behind. So it's not officially clinched yet for Eric Monaco, which means we will go to Las Vegas next Monday or Tuesday. And then it's on the North Wilkesboro for the finale during the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout. Daniel McMillan, your race winner, I should say. And stapling with his issue, 8 laps down, had the issue on the first lap of the race. Tough breaker, stapling there. Going to finish in last. Monaco's going to have 80 points. Odds are he'll clinch it at Las Vegas next Monday or Tuesday, probably next Tuesday. And then, of course, the finale next Thursday during the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout at North Wilkesboro. And we thank you guys so much for watching here from Watkins, Glen. No, it wasn't the best of races, but I just needed to get this done because, like I said, I got a lot to record, a lot to edit in the next couple of weeks. I got to get this out of the way. Congratulations to Daniel McMillan, your race winner here in the Watkins Glen Grand Prix. And here are the points for the Her's Dash Series after 18 races. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week for Las Vegas, and then the finale in North Wilkesboro during the Jameson to the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout. I'm going to make that mistake this year, and I really don't want to make it too much. But either way, tomorrow we got Turkey Hill Series action from Iowa. Friday we got IndyCar Series action from Texas. And Saturday afternoon, I don't know when Saturday afternoon. I think it's probably going to be around 3:30. We got ourselves the Western Digital 350 from Portland in the Chick-fil-A Cup. It should be a good one on their first road course of the season. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Daniel McMillan, and I will see you guys later.